Welcome to our Math 5 class for Quarter 1, Week 1. For our first topic, we have divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10 to find the common factors of numbers. Let's have first our motivation. So you have to give the first 3 multiples of the following numbers. So this is very easy. Okay, when we say multiples, para lang tayo nag-skip counting. Our first example is 2. Okay, skip count tayo. 2, what is next? We have 4. Sunod ng 4 is 6, 8. Okay, next example, we have 3. This is very easy. Skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, another. We have 5. Oh, this is very easy. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, nagets nyo? This is the multiples. When we say multiples, nag-i-skip count lang tayo. Okay. So, we're going to discuss the divisibility rules. What is the divisibility rules? Divisibility rules tells whether a number is exactly divisible by another numbers. This rule is a shortcut way to decide whether it's exactly divisible without doing division computation. O simple lang. Divisibility rules ay mga rules or mga shortcut, mga pinadaling version ng pagdi-divide na hindi tayo magkakaroon ng remainder. So, pag nakita natin yung isang number, divisible to by this number without a remainder. Okay, sakto, eksakto, walang labis, walang kulang. Okay, what is our first divisibility rule? The first divisibility rule we're going to talk about is divisible by 2. Okay, when we say divisible by 2, ang example natin dito is 456. So, any number that ends with 0, let me have my pen, okay, that ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 is divisible by 2. Okay, lahat ng number na nasa ones place ay divisible o nadidivide siya by 2 if siya ay nagtatapos sa 0, sa 2, sa 4, sa 6, at sa 8. Other example we have here is 178. Ang nasa ones place natin ay 8. So, 8 is divisible by 2. Next is 26 or 178 is divisible by 2. 26 is also divisible by 2 kasi siya ay 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Nandun din siya. 78 is divisible by 2 and 206 is also divisible by 2. Dahil lahat ng nasa ones place nila ay kabilang dito sa 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Next example or next rule is divisibility or divisible by 5. So, a number is divisible by 5 o nadidivide siya sa 5 if it ends with 5 and 0. Kapag ang dulo niya ay 5 and 0, it is divisible by 5. Ayan, mali-mali na yung guhit ni teacher. Divisible by 5. For example, 425. 425 ends with 5. So, 425 is divisible by 5. Other example, 750. 750 ends with 0. So, it is divisible by 5. Next is 350. Ends with 0. So, it is divisible by 5. 555 ends with 5. So, this is divisible by 5. 865, divisible again by 5 because this ends in 5. So, very easy. Very basic. Napag-aralan na natin ng mga nakaraang taon. Next. Divisible by 10. So, how can we say that the number is divisible by 10? So, the rule is, if the number ends with 0 and 10, it is divisible by 5. So, this is wrong. This is divisible by 10. Okay, sorry. Mali ang type ni teacher. So, pag ang number daw ay nag-end sa 0 or it ends with 10, it is divisible by 10. So, 880 ends with 0. So, this is divisible by 10. 780 ends with 0. So, this is divisible by 10. 210. Okay, 210 ends with 10. May 10 na siya mismo. So, this is divisible by 10. 150 ends with 0. So, this is divisible by 10. 300 ends with 0. This is divisible by 10. Okay, so very basic rule. Yan. So, let's have an activity. Put a check under each column to identify whether each number is divisibility by 2 or divisible by 2, 5, or 10. So, we have here a table. Okay, so tingnan natin. Let's apply the rules. For number 1, 548. So, what number is in the ones place? It is 8. So, remember, kapag 2 o a number is divisible by 2, it ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. A number is divisible by 5. Let's write here. Okay. It is divisible by 2 if it ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay. So, how about in 5? What is the rule? It is divisible by 5 if a number ends with 5 and 10. Okay. It is divisible by 10. What is the rule? If it ends in 0, okay na palaki, and 10. Correct? Okay, so let's have the number 1. 548. So, in which number, saan siya divisible? It is divisible by 2. Why is it divisible by 2? Because the ones number, or 548, ends in 8. So, dito siya papatak. Ito si 8. Next, 912. 2. Ang dulo niya. So, saan siya dito? It ends, or it is divisible by 2 pa rin. Okay, bakit hindi siya divisible by 5? Does it ends with 5? No. Does it ends with 10? Hindi rin. 0? Hindi rin. Saan siya lang may katulad? Dito lang sa 2. Ayun. So, it is divisible by 2. Next, 270. Okay, what is the last number? So, in ones place, we have 0. So, in 0, sino ang may mga 0 dito? Si 2? Yes, pwede rin natin siyang i-divide kay, or this is divisible by 2 kasi meron siyang 0. Next, 5. Yes, it is divisible by 5 because of 0. Check. How about in 10? Can we divide this into 10 or divisible by 10? Yes, it is also divisible by 10 kasi may 0 din siya. Okay, next number. Number 4. 565. Is it divisible? Oh, what is the last number first muna? Ito muna. Ating last digit is 5. Can we divide this into 2? Or is it divisible by 2? No. Bakit? Kasi divisible by 2 lang kapag siya ay may 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8 yung kanyang last digit. Since wala, we're not going to put check here. How about here? Sa 5 daw, We can divide or divisible by 5 if the last digit is 5 or 10 or 0. Since last digit is 5, so we can divide it, or this is divisible by 5. How about in 10? Can we divide this into 10? No. Why? Kasi 0 and 10 lang yung kanyang hinihingi. Since this is 5, wala naman siya sa choices, hindi siya divisible by 10. Another one. 168. Oh, what is the last digit? It is 8. O, simulan natin dito kay 10. May 10 o may 8 ba dito? No. How about here in 5? 5 and 10. 8 siya. Wala din. So, dito naman kay 2, we have 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So, this is divisible by 2. So, our topic is very simple and very basic. So, dapat maintindihan agad. So, remember, divisibility rules tells whether a number is exactly divisible by other numbers. Siya ay eksaktong nadidivide ng ibang number. Nakakapag-divide ng walang remainder. When we are dividing or divisible by 2, if the number ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Laging tatandaan. Nadidivide siya sa 2 if the number ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. A number is divisible by 5 kapag nagtatapos naman siya sa 0 or 5. And a number is divisible by 10 if the number ends with 0 and 10.